everything they told him to. Lined up and took every single jab. And every time I'd beg him, Dad, please just think, he'd just laugh and call me crazy. We spread his ashes at his favorite park. I have to say I thought I was out of tears until his sister whispered into my ear, my love, welcome to our weeping years. Welcome to our weeping years. Tanya was a nurse working in the bush. She didn't want to take it herself, but because she loved the people out there, she decided to take a chance. Now she's going through a metamorphosis because Pfizer gave her multiple sclerosis. Now she lives with her mother in the city like a ghost, watching us all forget her. And while she is still too angry for tears, all I could hear in her burning eyes was her broken heart warning me, my love, welcome to our weeping years. Welcome to the weeping years. And no one is allowed to talk about it. Take all your pain and keep it to yourself. If vaccines are safe and effective, then you must be the thing that's wrong. You're not worthy of state recognition. You're not worthy of any compensation. Not even worthy of a human singing your song. She was 92 and dying in a nursing home, and because her family said no to the jabs, none of them were allowed to see her, so it was clear she would die alone. But then one of her older granddaughters took matters into her own hands. After dark, she would break into the home and sneak down the corridors like a thief. And while the cares were all watching TV, she would climb in bed and spoon her grandmother. She would get into her grandmother's foot and spoon. And even now I can see them there, huddled together like babes lost in the woods, as we in our endless madness, hurricanes around them, as our madness hurricanes. Oh, can't you hear our gods whispering? If you guys don't find a way to conquer fear, then you're just gonna keep traveling down deeper into the weeping years. Deeper and deeper and deeper into the weeping years. And no one is allowed to talk about it. Take all your pain and keep it to yourself. Look around at all these tumultuous years, for lying has replaced the truth. And the one lie that they need to you to sell to your children is that their system cares for you.
Okay, here we are we're at Fort Bill. Go into the list here. Go on. So here we are, we've got William, we've got Dr. Paul Oosterhuis here, we've got Michael, Adrian, over here hiding away is Angela, And behind me is our producer, Kelly.
Kelly!
And got to thank, we have to thank Ron for the 832 t-shirts. We're all in the Ron cult now. And Roscoe, sorry, I forgot Roscoe. But he's wearing a no-go shirt.
He's vintage.
Yeah. Another
He's still in
veteran.
the same team. He's still in the same team.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. We're all on the team. So what are we going to talk about?
You tell us, Michael.
I don't know. I just threw it together. I just set up the whole stuff. I have not really planned anything further about this.
No.
Okay, well, let's talk about Bill's place.
Yeah, start with that. Start with that because what you texted me did raise bigger issues. But let's start with Bill.
Sure. Well, there's been a lot of talk of having a alternative communities. Well, William here is sort of setting that up organically. You know, there's been quite a few people living here. Adrian's moved in. He's doing the lasers at the back. And Roscoe and Phil is out there somewhere. And another guy, Chriso. And so they've got their own buses and caravans to sleep in. Angela's getting her bus fixed. And how's it going, Angela?
It's going great. Fabulous. I can't talk highly enough about it.
Yeah. And the bus looks really, I saw the bus today, looks really good. Am I going to lose power?
What have you done? You plugged in?
We
6
do
minutes
love
to make the power gone. I will just keep an eye on it. There's a, g'day, Clark. But the beautiful thing here, what I really love about here, the theme or the foundation whenever you're here is kindness. Everyone gets on, everyone does their own thing, everyone works together fixing things, although Bill does the majority of that. But there's a level of kindness to the whole place that comes from, you know, well, I guess Bill is starting it there because, you know, Angela was going on about how kind, you were saying how kind he was today.
I was, yes.
Yeah. And he's always been incredibly kind and welcoming. It's we had another guy stay here for a few days, and others. Ron came down and stayed. It's actually really lovely. And you've got to remember that most of us didn't know each other before 5 years ago at all.
Well, that's because of you.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so that we didn't know each other, and now we're all wearing the same T-shirt, and we're in a cult.
yeah. Look, you're in a cult that can actually make things and fix shit. Wow, that's one hell of a cult. Hold on, what's happened? I see Kelly is. Have you frozen? I see activity happening, people. I think Michael has moved. Did we say this was?
How you doing? Thanks, Azio. Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, we can't hear you. Hold on. I'm muted. 2 secs. Try again, Paul.
I was feeling it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's so thanks for that. To Ron Kelly's computer now. I think that one might be dead. We've got enough power for now.
Okay.
Should be fine. So where were we up to? The cult joke? What was after that? But the other thing though, this is really interesting. I should get Bill talking now because he does talk. There's a what I find is that there is a community here. We might not have taken over Australia. We might not be have the winning new political party, but there's a connection between us. Michael there at the back, absolute veteran. He's been on the road going back and forth, visiting places. They're all veterans here. Bill was at Epic with us, and so yeah, Angela has been basically initially. There's a great interview I did with Angela today that'll go up. We'll get her. Move aside, Bill. Just move aside a bit so we can see Ange. There you go. So yeah. So this is what is happening here. I think this is kind of the way forward because basically, as I see it, the world is going somewhere colder, and we're not wanting to go there. So we're sort of being humans.
Yeah, definitely. I think trying to look out for each other. Everyone that wants to look out for each other here. Everyone pitches in, like you're saying, to the best of their capabilities. I'm a bit of a bully when it comes to mechanicking.
Yes.
I've already heard about Michael's angle guide. So
well,
yeah,
That spread that quick.
yeah, it's
Just like this much, a tiny little bit.
yeah,
I'm
but
a
that's
third year apprentice. I'm allowed to fuck
third
up.
year. Actually, we were looking at his post last night, and at the bottom there's Meta, AI, and it comes up with me, Bill Lober, diesel mechanic, something, and then it goes in on some medical professor in America. That I'm like, it's mixed me up with a different Bill Lober, I think, in America. And everything it said on the first post was wrong. It's like 100% wrong. It didn't get any of it right. So it's like,
you're not a professor yet, but look, you've got skill sets which are really valuable. You've got skill sets which are incredibly valuable, and to be able to help and teach, that's mega cool. And I think our whole family have so many different skill sets we can. When Michael said this is the topic, alternative communities, or actually you said Exodus, and so that's where I started, and we should come back to that because that's about freedom rather than necessarily a place or any specific community. So that's a much bigger question, is what I mean. But alternative communities, I said, yeah, that's awesome because. My readings are we're going into like a Great Depression sort of situation possibly now. And in the last Great Depression, in the 1920s, what got people through is community.
Yeah.
And we've largely lost community. So, but we do have a community, is the point, and we have to be understanding, like you say, about having the right mix, and there being rules, like at Epic, it was great and everyone pitched in. But over time, there's responsibilities and there's rules and different sort of communities with different sort of, emphasis. And that's okay because ultimately there's enough of us, we work together, and then we're more than just a community, we're a movement. We're I'm thinking of Havel, Václav Havel, and the parallel societies, the people who choose not to comply, who don't engage in, because from what I'm saying, we're coming into a time of with the digital IDs and all that, it's complete surveillance state, and it's about complete control. It's really serious. It's like they want to bring back the age of the pharaohs. It's like the Nazis and the communists had a baby that was born out of an alien incubator. It's that level of serious, the level of control that they want, and so it's for our freedom-minded community to think, well, how are we going to live in this world in a way that honors our values, and we may well have to interact with if you're traveling or whatever, it may be a global thing but once the banks have it, once they can control and count everything you buy, and once they control the internet and they have records on everything you see, are you guys still there? I don't know if they could hear me. Hello.
hello.
We just missed you. You got up to the point where you said APRA is a load of dickheads. What were you? We missed a bit after that.
I was talking about the surveillance is really, really draconian. You know, once they have once they have control over, you know how Justin Trudeau, I call him Turdo, um, uh, went after the truckers and closed bank accounts, and then they went backwards because they realised, well, we can do this much better once we bring in the digital ID and let the algorithms do it for us, just like the censorship during during COVID with Facebook and YouTube and stuff. So that's where we're heading, and I think as a community, if we have to be prepared to make choices about how much we're willing to live outside, and I know I'm talking a lot. Should I shut up now? I was
just thinking. Someone just said they're in a community of 22 people here. Neen. I'm in a conscious community here, about 22 people, super organised. We have monthly conscious gathering, and once a month garden, land care, and each other. It's serious and it's hard to get people to see it until it's at their door. Denial is dangerous. Yeah, this is what I think happened. I'm going to. You have a say. You've been watching this from the beginning. Now, you almost got killed by the bloody jab.
Yeah.
You've got past that. You haven't had any symptoms since then.
No, I've been a bit apprehensive that something's going to happen, but I try and push that out and not think about it, try not to manifest it.
Well, how can you do it? You can't walk around with thinking you're a time bomb waiting to go off.
So, I don't think about that, but no, as I said in interviews with you before, sitting with Roscoe and Phil, and we're having a cup of tea, and then one of them's seen on their phone, it would have been around 2020, and they were saying that if you weren't jabbed, you weren't going to be able to get to a hospital. And I'm like, what the hell have I signed up for? What did I take this stuff for? I didn't think it was going to be like that. Although people had said it, and I know hindsight's an easy thing to judge with, but I look back at it and I think I sort of felt there was something off with it. But I really wanted to go overseas and go drive this really nice, fast car through the Pyrenees Mountains and up through Italy, and
Yeah.
So I did it because I thought, it's not an unfair call to expect it to go overseas. But the thing was, I took it. It affected me quite badly, and then I couldn't go overseas anyway, and they shut all the international borders. So it was like, anyway, it just.
But how are you seeing it now? So I'm going to chat to Michael later, but about the movement, because there's been real pressures against the movement from the growing strong to sort of.
Well, I think people have become. They don't want to. So a lot of people I know who were very opposed to it are now they're so in debt. So everyone in Sydney is, like what are they? $1 million plus for a house. Maybe more, up to 4 million, depending on where they bought them. And then how long have they been paying that debt for? 10 years or something, probably just servicing the interest on it. And for what? So if they don't take this jab and don't go along with the procedure, they could lose 10 years of working for naught. So I think that's this hammer they've got hanging over everyone's head, to comply and step into line. And and then on the other side, I see people like most of the people here that can't. They can't go and buy somewhere. They can't afford to live. They can't afford to rent. They can't. We're between everyone here. We're lucky to pay for the electricity at the moment. It's like everything's just bought 200 litres of diesel for tractors and machines today, and that's $300 and something just to drive a tractor. That'll last a few months, but it's just got ridiculous, the whole cost of living. So I think they're controlling us, and it's by design for sure. So So I think until we see something else happen and people lose more and it gets to the point where they don't have anything to lose, I don't think anything's going to happen. I think people are just going to keep plodding along. You know, I'm sick of hearing people got to wake up. I believe they're awake. They're just hiding under the bed, pretending it's not happening.
Okay, drop there. Yep, I agree. There's someone wants. Adrian, can you bring come up here? So somebody wanted to hear. This is crazy, Adrian. So he's the one that does all the. Yeah, you can be closer, otherwise the mic won't hear. So he's the one that does all the engraving. Why didn't you take it? Or did you take it?
No, I didn't take one. Didn't take a single one.
So is this your one day of sanity or what?
There's no days of sanity on me.
Now, but why didn't you take it? What made you decide not to? Because you paid a price for it.
Yeah, I know I paid a price for it, but I mean, I could see through it. I could see there was something not right about it. And I saw in the beginning when China was posting all the videos of people cut, keeling over in the street, from the so-called virus. And then, and then to find out later on it was actually just a psyop, it was just actors. And no, I've just been dead against it right from the beginning. All my family were fully, fully jabbed. Brothers had 10 of them. So, but yeah, that, I could, I warned a lot of people not to take it.
And now,
ignored.
And now in the community, you're the laser engraver.
Oh yeah, crazy Adrian.
So he's the lazy engraver now for the community, and there's people out there who have coasters and other stuff. So he takes photos at the Freedom Movement post, and he makes them into what do you make them into?
I can make them into coasters. I can make them into laser engravings on canvas, wood, anodized aluminium. I've done in the past as well. So I want to get out and put more onto platters and stuff like that. Some of the big stuff.
So anyway, this is about creating commerce. Do you know what I mean? If you're in the community and stuff like this, it's creating commerce. That's what he's doing here. Now, Bill's allowed him to move here because he sort of basically was homeless. Wasn't that right?
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, in Cooktown, I couldn't find a place to live.
Yeah.
Because the rent was just so high.
In Cooktown. The rents are so high in Cooktown.
Yeah. The only thing you get in Cooktown is an expensive garbage service. There's no buses or anything like that.
I don't think the housing issue can get. I mean, it's going to get worse. It's hard to believe that it could get worse than it is now. But I believe it's going to get worse.
I'll go deal with this. There's a fridge.
There's a fridge that's being delivered, so bringing in Angie. Come this way, Dick.
Cool. Look at it.
So this is Angie.
Hi.
So Angie's bus is here. Angie's, so how long have you been here now? 5 months?
Yeah, since July.
So she's, well, I've done an interview with Angela, go up tomorrow, but there's some things we can talk about now. How are you finding it here? Living here as a single woman?
It's a great community. It's very supportive. The guys are great, do great work. I mean, to me, it's sort of a vision for how we should be living and how we can be collaborative for the future. So, it's about creating that community and creating the world and the earth, how we should be living in Earth. So, we to exchange what we can and use our skills in whatever way we can.
The other interesting thing that Angie brings up in her interview is there's no destinations for any of us. I have no idea where I'm going to end up. I leave tomorrow. I'm heading to Perth. What happens between here and Perth? Where after Perth? I have no idea. You have no idea where you're going, do you?
No.
And for most people, that's terrifying. But we've been doing it now for so many years. It's not terrifying. It's actually quite exhilarating. It's the sense of freedom.
Yeah. It's not not what most people's ideas are of freedom. Yeah, not no. Being able to live in the uncertainty. We're living in a time that's got a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of our things have been shown to be bullshit, and we don't know what to do and what to trust. But but over time we learn to trust each other. Because we understand the motivation. That's it. I think if we have shared common cause and good heart, we can make all sorts of things work. And I think we have to. And I suspect it's soon now because I think we all feel a bit of an acceleration going on. I'm not saying that just because Bitcoin has fallen,
Is Bitcoin fallen?
Oh yeah, it's having a good route at the moment versus
Oh really?
versus dollars and gold.
Oh cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, to me,
Kind of buy some now.
well, I think it'll get cheaper.
Yeah.
I suspect it's still going to get cheaper. But then there'll be a point where it'll be a really good buy. Yeah. So that's right. Or it'll go to zero, or it'll be a really good buy. I don't know. But it's an interesting thing, and it's out of the system, and it is one way we could transfer value between our groups and stuff if we had internet. But we don't know how deep. I don't know if we're going to have to go back, Michael, to 1980s type technology, pre-digital technology. Maybe we'll be getting back to CB radios and cassette tapes.
CB radio.
The pre-digital age. Do we want to live in areas where there aren't 5G towers around, where there aren't mobile phone towers around?
We don't have everywhere.
Oh yeah. You want to live in a place without cameras? Do we have a right to live, like even within the cities? Can we decide? No, my suburb, we don't do that fuck shit. Okay, we allow people to be go around unsurveilled. But my point is, with the problem with the digital idea is they'll know everywhere you've gone and everything. You bought a soda here, you bought a pork rinds there, whatever. They'll know everything about your life. And to me, that's if the Stasi and the Krem and the CCP had this sort of KGB had this sort of data, they would 40 years ago they would have blown their minds.
Yeah, I was going to introduce Michael. So Michael's been a veteran, literally from the beginning, but I mean right out there. Been traveling Australia with a little group, weren't you?
Yeah.
How far did you get?
So we've done Queensland twice.
Yeah.
So I've done it with first group of people, Shannon and Lily. We went right to the top end. So we've done all the coastline, tablelands, then went inland, town to town, just spreading the seed.
And what did you find?
What we found was freedom everywhere. Like, I mean, everywhere. Every town we went to, we were welcomed. People were open and they're listening. A lot of people are aware out there. Every town. I'm not going to say one or two towns were really.
No, the country towns. Everyone knows something. I don't believe there's a lot of people asleep anymore.
Yeah. So no, open to the information.
Yeah.
We're all about not just getting information out, but what's really important is healing.
Yeah.
So we have so many good doctors and naturopaths and stuff working within our freedom movement now. So get the information.
That's a great point. Just going to say, because Michael said something yesterday, which I want to talk about, which he said our community is evolving. It's not, someone said, oh, it's dissipating.
No.
So no, it's evolving. It's going, okay, that 5 years of trying to hit people with the truth hasn't worked.
What people are thinking it is evolving, but is because we've been so in the face on social media.
Yeah.
For some reason now we've gone underground, I suppose you would say.
Yeah.
And that's where these communities are. It's not just Bill's. Bill's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
But everywhere I'm going, I am seeing little communities popping up everywhere.
Me too.
And that's our true strength.
Yeah. Because they're realizing all we have is each other. And that's the truth. There's no white hats. There's no one else coming for us. Trump ain't going to save us.
No.
It's us. It's us.
And we can't stand alone.
No.
So community is so important. Yeah, if we go to Canberra or whatever, we got a little group of people, we stand together.
Well, we were
But when
saying
you go
about Canberra.
home, once you go home, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So these are, even if you're not living in the community, if you know people in your community, and it just grows. So I think it all evolved from us standing in a park.
Yeah.
And it's just grown into now good people have got a bit of land and that and they're saying, hey, come and join us and
Yeah.
let's do this.
And there might even be sort of things to that if you go stay in a farm, because you always think we get invited all the time, and we don't always take it. You go there for even just a couple of days.
Yeah.
Help out, clean up, make sure you leave in a mess, and you just go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and
no.
it's about helping each other now, I think, and
Yeah.
that's our strength. We're all diversity. We've all got different skills.
Yeah.
Let's use them and
And
put it
that's
together.
huge. That's a huge. I think the diversity amongst our communities. Adrian, he's doing the laser pointing. If you want laser or engraving or pens or merch for your podcast, use Adrian. He's fast. He's good at what he does, and he'll deliver. So why aren't we using him and keeping the money in the community
Some
for
sort
whatever
of
we're doing?
a directory would be perfect.
Yeah,
Some sort of
Ron
directory.
came up with these T-shirts. He drove them up and delivered to us. And so thinking if you want them, get in touch with Cafe Lockdown. We'll either send it to Ron, or I think Ron knows the person making them. And this is it. And 832 is just, that's been the first symbol we had, which is the truth shall set us free. And so, and now the blue bee symbol's coming up and other symbols. You had a cooker. It's a kookaburra.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what we use down in Canberra. We got because everyone calls us cookers.
Yeah.
So one of our mates, he does a really good sketch of a kookaburra. So that's now become our little logo. So
and that's the way to fight the word.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's an Australian bird.
Yeah.
We're proudly stand on the kookaburra.
Yeah, I think the kookaburra is great. I'd love that one on the bus. Yeah.
So no, I believe putting stickers and information on your card, not just so that you can reach out to the public, so we can find each other.
Yeah.
You pull up in a shopping centre and you see an 832 sticker, you're going to go and introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's the same.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, same with the blue bee, which I think Adrian's got on his head.
I spent 15 minutes outside.
He's got
he's waiting for someone to come out. They never came out. I had to go.
Yeah. But it brings connection.
Bill's got the so we got the catalog, got the What the F Boys here. That's Bill's, and then of course he calls a great conference theory with the Wokie versus Warrior.
I've got George's hat on. Thanks, George.
Which he stole from somewhere. I don't know where he got it from. He manifested it and it just turned up. There's things like this. But you're saying now though that we're evolving, so we're coming closer. Because look, there's a strange connection between us.
Yeah.
We don't understand it.
And we're not
But
just
it's real.
mates. I believe we're family. So
It's strange, man.
Yeah.
It's lovely strange.
Yeah. So community is at the moment. I think that's our focus.
Yeah. And Mick was talking about. We were talking about Epic. Did you go to Epic?
No.
Okay. We're talking about Epic, and Bill went, and it was people. Michael was saying that people were saying let's go back to Canberra, but the initial call to Epic was a spiritual calling. We weren't doing it because we saw a poster.
There was no organizer. There was no organizer for it.
I was there with Paul a lot. There was something you said to yourself. I've got to go to Canberra.
Yeah. I had to go. And I rang a friend and he's like, I've just booked a hotel. It was quite organic. I'm glad he got that hotel because I tried to get into Epic Park. Couldn't get near the joint.
And I think everyone who didn't go really wanted to go. So you were there because we were the ambassadors for everyone.
I didn't go. I didn't have transport to get there.
Yeah.
But I had a work thvehicle, and my kids they're not interested in what we do.
Yeah.
But I had my youngest son, and at the time the convoy was coming through, and I thought the least I could do was jump in the work car and at least escort them through town. So I said, "Come on, boy." We got the flags out, and away we went. And it turned out what was going to be just for a town. 4 hours later, we went the whole way to Sydney with them.
Oh, really?
But what I thought was amazing, and I don't think people realised it, was the amount of people on the sides of the roads and the amount of people that were on the bridges with flags. And my son, who is not interested, my son's not interested in freedom, and he said to me, "Dad, this is the most exciting thing I've ever done."
Yeah.
So yeah.
I remember. Did you see them, Paul? We came up from Melbourne down to Hume, and every bridge had people waving us on.
That's sort of how I learned it was happening. I was driving back from Byron Bay with the kids, and we saw things over the overpasses coming from northern New South Wales into all the way down the coast. and
Yes.
it was a convoy. You know, it said Freedom Convoy, but they weren't trucks. They were mostly, you know, and there were Canadian flags, you know, supporting the Canadian truckers. And I remember thinking, once I've got the kids back home, I'm continuing on to Canberra. I've got to see what's going on here. You know, I want to see, I want to see where this Freedom Convoy ends, and I think we're still in the Freedom Convoy, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, this is where it was always going to evolve to, a freedom community that you know, that are bound by a certain code of ethics and understanding of the world, and they want to remain free. You know, you said Exodus originally. You know,
That's what I was going to put on Angie's interview, because squeeze in a bit, Angie.
Yep.
So Angie's in a bus. It's a bit bigger than ours. And you told me today, you literally, the future is, you don't know what it is,
No,
but you're not scared by it.
no. I don't have a plan. I give it up to the divine, and I get told where I need to go, and I just follow that.
And yet she doesn't do mainstream religions. I'm the same. That's exactly what I do. I just
And
wait
she-
for callings
and
and
you wearing blue blockers? Are those blue blockers you've got on?
They are, yes.
No, so I showed you earlier. Mine are broken, so I'd have to be have a monocle. Great idea.
But Michael too is getting ready to hit the road. I think you're heading across to Perth as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head up to the 832 in
Mullumbimby?
Friday.
Mullumbimby.
Mullumbimby. I get
Mullumbimby.
that wrong so many times, but yeah,
Yeah.
Mullumbimby. Meet up with the Freedom Community again, and then from there it's open to where I'm heading. I'll probably head down towards Kosciuszko, South Australia, and across to Perth
Yeah.
and Western Australia, and just enjoy the country and the journey, and just spread the seed along the way.
Well, the country is beautiful. To anyone who's watching this, get out and see your country. I know everyone goes overseas. See Australia. This country. How can you fight for it? You don't even know it.
Get out, enjoy it, and love it.
Drive to Perth. Spend 3 days in the car without doing a turn, because it's just dead straight road.
I'm flat.
And yet it's spiritual. It's really spiritual out there.
That's amazing. We
Yeah,
got
it
good
is.
country. We live in good country.
Yeah, we do. And so that's how we get our identity back, reminding us this is our country. We're the current custodians. You know what I mean? And why not fight for it? The other thing too, I think what Angie's doing and Michael taking off, and what we're doing too, is living. And I think at the moment they're trying to shame us. They're trying to make us feel like we're taking up space. Canada was just bragging. I saw it on George's show, that in the next few years with their maids, medically assisted dying, they're going to kill 13 million Canadians. That's what they've said in the next few years. George found it in a stat. I don't know if it's 5 years or 10 years.
That's like really half the population, isn't it?
I don't know, but that's what they said. I know it might be 10 years, but the thing is, that's what they're planning. And what they're saying there is, hey, look, you're 60 now, you know, what have you done? You know, you're taking up space in the bus. Why don't you do something good? Take one for the team and die, you know? And so this is the same to all of us. And so they're making us feel worthless. They make our kids feel worthless. They make our young men feel worthless. So I think we fight back by celebrating being alive. Roscoe speaking. It's a big moment.
Hospital today, the first in New South Wales for the volunteered assisted dying.
Wow. Squeeze in, man. I'll pull the shit out.
It's like musical chairs here, eh?
So this is Roscoe now. I'm going to bring it closer for Roscoe.
Wrong screen, I think, or wrong camera.
Well, Paul, you were part of saving
I was
Roscoe's
reluctant to
life.
go to hospital when I had a stroke a while back.
Wow.
What was that?
Yeah.
22?
Yeah.
23. And
Where-
I was freaking. I didn't want to go to hospital not being vaccinated, and I thought they'd treat me like a friggin' leper. And turns out the care was quite good, really, I think. And
I'm pleased.
I'd read-
Wow. I think, like you saw, Michael, there are a lot of good people still working in the system, but even they must be seeing, because they're not lining up for their shots. Some are, but if they kept on to the schedule that the government's telling them, some of them will be on shot like 9 or 10 by now. I mean, that's a lot of faith, given that it hasn't been preventing infection. So they're waking up just because they can see the carnage. They must see the carnage,
Yeah.
But
But
good
I
people.
was in the cardiology ward, and they never talked about it. All they said was, "Oh, we had some cases of myocarditis," and they seemed vague about it. So I'm not so sure, Paul.
No, I think they're worried. I think they're worried. They just don't want to face it. I think it's.
I just want to show you the effect of the last 5 years. So with this small community, so Roscoe lost his girlfriend to the jab. Is that correct? You want to talk about that?
She was just totally brainwashed by the media. That's all she did was sit in front of the television and watch the news shows and stuff. And she got that bad that she didn't talk to me for a month when I said I wasn't going to get a jab. And she said, "Oh, pricks like you that fucking cause all this shit," and went off at me and didn't talk to me for 2 months, and then rang up and apologised for, I'm entitled to my view and entitled to my belief or whatever, and she wasn't. She had her three first shots, and then February 22, just at the end of February, she had her first booster shot, and 18th of March she was in hospital dead. In 2019, I was diagnosed with a blocked aortic artery, and when the COVID jab first came out, the doctor said, "Oh, I recommend you don't get it because of your clotting in your arteries." Saw her like 6 weeks later, and she went, "No, you'll be fine, go and get it," and I gone, "Back the truck up, there's something wrong here. They're telling me they've found this supposed virus and they've already got a cure for it. Yeah, get real." So that was sort of my introduction to COVID, really, I suppose. So,
and for those willing to speak honestly about it, this is everywhere you go. But they have the ones that yourself, Michael, they won't talk. The kids die of it. Was it you? Someone here told me a story. I think it was a guy came, David turned up. He told me that he's got a friend, both his kids are injured by the jab, severely injured, but the guy is he's a businessman, I think, and even though he's really angry, he won't talk about it because he'll lose respect at work if he does. So his wanting to keep his status is more important than his children.
Yeah, I don't know if that's more like Cultural Revolution communist or, Stasi, East German style. You've got to fit in, you've got to speak. We've forgotten how these are characteristics of totalitarian states that was brought in and, given the koala and the kangaroo seal, and suddenly it's all good. No. I mean, the medical, the lockdowns, the house arrests that we were put under was bullshit. We were terrorized. We were subjected to fear campaign, and we were coerced. We were coerced into taking those shots. Bottom line, there's nothing they can say to defend that. Nothing. Nothing that makes sense. They never have. They never will. And Michael, you've been saying it for the longest time, about how you refuse to perform to segregated audiences. And we knew that medical apartheid and the way they treated the unjabbed was unjust. And history would show it would be unjust. But you see, the point is, the problem is not that the shots, they've caused enough death and disability now that someone's on the hook for a lot of a lot of money, basically a lot of power, a loss of prestige, and so it'll be like Liam, that actor from what is it, Police Academy or something, where he's in front of the fireworks building that's blowing up around him, and he's going, "Nothing to see here, nothing to see here, go away." It's sort of like that. They're at the stage now that the fireworks factory is blowing up, and they will continue to say nothing to see here, regardless of how bad it gets, and that's sort of dangerous because we have to face reality, whatever it is. That's the thing. None of us know particularly where we're going to be in a month's time or 6 months' time. Nothing would surprise us. But that's because, we realize we're in a time where all the moving pieces are moving around, geopolitically, locally. And I think we have some faith that with each other we'll get through, and with each other is a very broad cap. That they're people who value freedom and privacy, maybe, and are willing to work together to protect, not being a slave. If you don't want to be a slave, if you don't want to be, and if enough people decide they don't want to be completely surveilled and be a slave and controlled by the bankers, then we'll win. We will win. But
yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing. Will many of us step away when they bring digital ID in? What we're going to do? Topher reckons it's going to collapse. They won't be able to make it work. I guess we got to see. I don't see. Do you guys see any way of stopping it before?
I say bring it.
Create our own system.
Yeah, it just deletes that. I'll just be deleting everything off.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot more Blade Runners around too, I think.
But you take away the cash off the people and you watch what happens.
Well, I've been doing the Aussie salute to all the.
Are you in that one?
Yeah, every time I drive past it. So.
Yeah, we had the guy the other day called me up, and he was the one that got done for it. Kelly does it all the time. Thank you, Kel. She's constantly birding, so we've got about $300,000 worth of coins. So there's and so this is it. But the other thing, though, that I think we haven't recognised, because we've been the freedom community, so busy trying to fix things, we haven't actually stopped and looked at ourselves and gone, "Where's something brand new? We've never had this before." You people who don't know each other sitting down, we're talking about things that matter, philosophy, ways forward, alternative societies. What sort of society do we want to leave to our children? No one here we never hear sit like this talk about what was the footy scores, what's the weather, unless it's chemtrailing. And it's just, there's something new happening here. So I don't think it's devolving. I think it's actually us realising we're a part of something.
Yeah, 100%.
And it doesn't matter whether you took it or not. His bill he took too, and he designed all this place. You know what I mean? So that doesn't matter. It's literally a decision of what sort of future you want to be, and do you want to be a part of it, or do you go somewhere else? There you go, Ron. Everyone's wearing it, man.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah. Did you want to say something?
No, I'm all good. Only thing is, I think what.
No, you said, "Oh, good. That's fine." It's fine.
Apprentice getting too big for his boots again. Hang on, I'm the apprentice on this. Just the 832 gatherings, the musters, are part of the evolving, and I think that's where. If you can get to one, I'd highly recommend you go. Even if you didn't go to Epic, they're like a mini Epic in a spiritual awakening. You get all this networking of people in the movement. It's fantastic. It's really good. It's the best atmosphere.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And then music. You have a fire and people playing drums and. Yeah, it's just it's really good.
They remind me of corroborees, like a modern day corroboree,
Yeah.
because all these different tribes come. The common law people come,
Yeah,
the Kapalokta people come, Bossy people, everyone, all
Yeah.
the Diri people, everyone comes together,
And
and
it's,
we don't fight.
it's a family.
No.
It's a really good family event, and it goes for the whole weekend.
everyone hugs at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
hug
yeah.
and see you later, brother.
And everyone usually stays. They come, I can just do one day, and they're there the whole weekend because they
Yeah.
love it so much. And all that's there is us, human beings. We don't have huge screens. We don't have jumpy castles.
We are the entertainment.
Yeah, we just got each other, and we talk, and we talk and talk and talk and talk. It sounds boring, but it's definitely not.
I think if we went back to the 1980s, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You know, I do wonder how far we're going to have to make choices about how far we're going to have to alter our lives to be successfully non-compliant. And I wonder how that works in the city versus the country where you've got more land about you. But I think the cities are important too. They're very important because that's where the people are, you know. And so if enough of us, it could fall over on its own because they're useless turds, the people who are trying to organize this. And despite having diverted a huge amount of their power, electricity supply to data centers, and although they've been busy putting up 5G everywhere and Starlink and you know, they're realizing even Klaus now is going, the climate will be okay. We need more nuclear reactors over there for the power, for the data centers. So you've got to wonder, why are they engaged in this vastly unprofitable exercise of diverting all of our country's energy towards. I think they think there's profit at the end if they enslave humanity.
Mm.
If they've got you completely enslaved, how much is that worth? It's priceless. It's like MasterCard, you know. So that's what they want. They want to enslave the whole of humanity. Or you could trust them. It's secure, it's convenient, and it's voluntary. You can trust them. You know, personally, I don't trust the government much after what I've seen in the last 5 years, and I don't trust them with the money system anymore. I don't trust the banks with the money system. I think that's how we really get free. You know, honestly, and you can do that wherever. And I was going to say, the real exodus or freedom starts in our minds. You know, it's a question of, what are the things that we're going to tolerate and comply with, and at what level are we going to go? Nah. No. And so I love communities that can do shit, whatever that is. And between us, we've got a country, we've got a globe worth of people that have something to offer here. So it's really exciting in a way, because this is it. This is the main match now. This is not a rehearsal, guys. This is happening. The game is on. The actual game is on. So we don't have to wait too long to see how this is going to play out. And I think, I'm just speaking frankly, I think we can all see that. I could be wrong. Maybe, let's say it goes for another year, another 2. I don't think so, though. So yeah.
No, I don't think it's over. Well, I have a question. Cal, do you think it's over? You've been on the road with me. Do you think it's over and everything's gone back to normal, and you think we're going into darker times?
Darker times.
I hope they do bring it on harder, and I hope they push it harder, because then that'll be the tipping point, I think.
Yeah.
At the moment, everyone's happy to think it's okay and everything's all right, but if they push harder, like they pull their foot off the throttle during COVID, because they realised, you know, when everyone turned up down at Canberra, and it was for a few weeks in a row that it happened. I don't think they would have. I think they would have kept pushing it. But I think all the major capital cities and what was going on down at Canberra, they were like, "Oh man, we better back off a bit."
Yeah. I think they underestimated the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they underestimate, and I think they overestimated the power of AI. I know there's a lot of fear mongering amongst the people, but like we were looking last night, it can't get much right. Like you look at what Meta says underneath all your, and it's got it puts the wrong, it makes me a professor in America or medical health and science or something. I'm like, there's another Bill Lober in America. But
Maybe
it
you
ain't
should just
me.
take it like a CV. Go, look, I'm
Oh,
not
yeah, look,
that's
that's
him something. You know,
No, it was like
turn up and do the
immunology or
job.
something. It was like, wow.
AI's never wrong.
Immunology, that's so funny.
Yes, immunology. Don't take that, mate.
That's what it said. That's what this Dr. Bill Lober in America is.
Yeah,
Professor.
yeah. Here's another thing. How many of you watch mainstream TV?
I do go on and just browse on just to watch the ratings, and I'll tell you what, they've gone downhill.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, their ratings are. You say Channel 7 or something like that news, they would have got millions of views.
Yeah.
Now, and the comments. So 4 years ago, if we put up something like if they put up vaccinate your children, we would put up a comment, no, it's dangerous, and we would be written off.
Yeah.
Now you go and look at the algorithm and the ratings, and they are absolutely being written off by everybody.
Yeah, I know.
There's only one or two comments saying take it.
Well, they closed the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they've gone downhill,
Yeah.
big time.
And that's probably a bot. That's probably a bot too. Something like 40% of the internet, was it 25%? Some huge percentage are bots now. So we think we're dealing with people, and no, we're just dealing with bots already. So that's the problem with social media. It's a bit toxic, depending on what feed they serve you to elicit whatever emotions they want at the time. So look, we'll be. This is what I mean. I remember growing up in the 70s and 80s, and life was fun. I took my son outside today, and I was like, look, this is the real world. This is the real connection, because they can get lost in their blue screens, and we all can. The time I'm most fearful, before COVID, I noticed everyone was, on their devices constantly. I'd go down to Bondi Beach, and beautiful day and lots to see. And when I see more than half the people looking at their hands, I know, oh shit, something big is coming, because when people are looking at the real world and enjoying the sun and the surf, there's no problem. The world's absolutely fine. It's not a bad thing. I know they're saying for the children. We're doing the social media ban to protect the children, and we know that's bullshit. We know that's bullshit. It's about control, and once you're and maybe about exterminating us, but and that they need to control the outcome or whatever is coming next. It's going to be exciting, but it's for all the marbles. It's for all the property. It's for all the control, and we're in for some fun time. I think it's going to be really, but it's going to be. It will only be doable if we work out how to do this together, as a community, as a global community. It'll probably be some 14-year-old kid who gives you the hack to get around the thing, or who takes down the Goliath of this AI Sauron, who wants to look into every aspect of your life, and suddenly the 57th data center goes in flames or something from all the data compute. I think they're going to fail too, but we're going to be prepared that we might have to live with it for a while. We have to think through that because it's coming soon.
Well, I think I'm in agreement with the lads. I think we have to go there. I think the people have to have it harder before they'll go, okay, this is enough.
It's got to pop the bubble.
We've already said no, but everyone has a different Yeah, threshold, exactly. So this is what we have to wait for, I think. And
I-
they're being offered a future they don't want. It's not conducive to their souls. This is why we're here. Look, we're you know we're on. I called all of us really. We're orphans of Goodbye Road. We got kicked out of society, and we found each other. We were expected to die, or be imprisoned, or come running back screaming, "Please jab me, let me back in." But instead, we've forged a new community, and we're in the early stages of building it. You know.
And I don't think it was, you're one person. There's
Yeah.
many out there. There's Hoodie and
Woody,
John
yeah.
Lara
I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah, that's
not
what
just
I mean.
me.
But
No.
they brought everyone together, which
Yeah.
is, I think, something they underestimated. And I think every time they try and make, and I'm talking about the swamp rats, I think they're at the top of the ladder, but they're really not. I don't like calling them anything else but a swamp rat, because that's what they are. I don't think they underestimate everything and then overestimate their powers, like AI, and then they underestimate what the people will do and what the pushback will be. And I think they hope for things like, at Epic, at Canberra, there was all the police, and I've had several people who went inadvertently into the basement, and there was all this SWAT team, all heavily armed, ready to go back at everything.
Yeah.
And I think that I had a couple of people that were trying to incite riot, but whatever they had going there, and I've seen photos of these dish things up below on the mountain. And there was a couple in boats, and it wasn't LRAD, it wasn't those speakers.
No, it was something else.
It was something else, and I think that's what was stopping the phone signals from working. But I think that I tried to walk up because we went, there's a second stage. We didn't know. Someone got on the bottom stage, went, that mob up there, and we went, what? Oh. So we went and walked up there, and I got just over the bridge. There was 7 of us, and we all stopped. And it was like there was this force field there, like you didn't want to go close to New Parliament. And we all turned around and went back down.
Wow.
And 2 weeks later, when I went back, I went up, I came in through the top road, and all the grass down in front, there's a little memorial thing or something up the front, all around that, and it was all dead. The grass had gone crispy brown, and then once you got down the bottom where there was more people, the grass was green and healthy. So it wasn't trampled. There was something going on up there, but I think they over or underestimated the power of that to stop people going near Parliament. And no one wanted to raid Parliament, and we weren't there for that. But I think they thought we were going to, and then they could, wheel out the forces to combat us. But everyone was there, had good intentions, peaceful intentions.
Yeah.
And
we
it
were
was just a show of
exercising our
numbers.
democratic right to protest. You know?
It was the most magical experience I've ever had.
Yeah, me too. With the community, And we were injured. I've interviewed so many people who were injured. So many. From black lips to radiation poisoning to hair loss.
Brain fog for a couple of days.
Brain fog. So, but there was lots of people said they drove away and they couldn't get anywhere. They actually had to pull over and no one could drive. They were all just exhausted. So the Australians, they use something against us. They say sonic weapons, Christian, but we heard there was something else. I heard there was another weapon. So, but we don't know. People were targeted, half their face was sunburned or the bottom half, or their friend was sunburned and they went, and children with round sunburns, and people burned below their skin. They did this too.
I got burned under my shirt.
Yeah, under his shirt. We had lots of people done with that.
I shared a story of a girl. She was 16. She was there, and she was rushed to the burns unit, and she had blisters all over her, and she had long sleeve shirts on all day.
Wow. So, this is what we're saying, So,
well, that Canberra sun is really strong. That Canberra sun is so strong. It goes through shirts. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, we've got past this. No one listens to us. I've interviewed enough people to probably there's something there that deserves investigation, but they won't do it. And here we are. And I think we're talking about Michael saying evolving. We've reached a part now. Do we continue banging away, trying to wake people up, or do we actually focus on ourselves now and build like a light?
Yeah.
We were a glow in Epic. I wrote that in the song. So we were a glow, and do we now stay here and build this community? And I think bit by bit, maybe the others will start coming across and going, we want what you've got.
Yeah.
We want to speak. We want to live. We're sick of being scared.
Yeah.
Because we're not scared. Who's scared? Hands up, who's scared? There you go.
Here's the virus.
They lose their t-shirts if they put their hand up.
I've got nothing on underneath.
Yeah.
My framing is that freedom has a value. People have fought in wars and died for freedom, and I'm saying that the biggest threat to human freedom that's ever existed is weeks to months away, and we can't imagine. We think surveillance. Oh, it's okay. They can know, everything I transact in. What a big, the MasterCard knows, probably, or whatever. But it's a quantum step in control and surveillance that has never existed. And George Orwell would be having a coronary if he saw it, because he go, fuck, I should have thought of that. And because it's the ultimate in control. And I think our tribe stood up for bodily autonomy and freedom of choice, and saw through the bullshit. And if we leave this current mob we don't have to do anything to take them down. They're taking themselves down. Go woke, go broke, all the DEI stuff. They're rotting the credibility and the prospects of the country. We're building a life raft. We're saying, hey, we better find stuff that floats, because these clowns are going to destroy this country. And look, if we prepare for hard times and they don't come, that's great. I'll be happy. I think it's a blessing every day. I go out and everything's working and the sun is shining and the banks are still delivering their useless bits of plastic, and it's great. I love it. But I think one day soon it won't, and then we're going to have to find, as a community, we have to find ways to maintain privacy, to maintain our freedom of choice, be free from coercion, to be free from censorship and lies. We have to live free. For some of us, that's more important than second only to oxygen and water.
Well, maybe that's what we are. We have to be symbols of freedom. Through basically, we're going to say what we want to say. We're going to live how we want to live, and we become symbols of freedom like that. It's an ideology, really, that we are on a definition of freedom. Well, it's within all of us. And the other beautiful thing about this place too is for the common law people. We did in the interview with Ange today. There hasn't been any conflicts that I've noticed here, unless they're all happening behind my back. And I think it's a common law thing. First rule of common law: do no harm. So people just help out with each other. Phil's out there. Phil is the hardest working unemployed person I know. He's working his cars all day. He really does. He's just out there, and he's not aware this is on TV, and he'd be in with his nipples. He's got big tits, but he's very upset about it. But so I probably shouldn't mention it online for the people. But anyway, there's
you did though.
there's and stuff like that. So yeah, and so this is for a night. It was nice to do this tonight. I know we've got an interview with Gert Vandenbosch coming on this weekend. Do you want to tell people who Gert is?
Yeah, Gert Vandenbosch is a Belgian-based vaccine specialist. He's built vaccines. He's worked with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I think he was involved with SEP. He's a real insider, and he's super, super smart. And in 2021, he came out early on and said, not a good idea vaccinating large numbers of populations while you've got the infectious agent still going around, because you'll induce an immune escape pandemic. And that's what we're going to talk about. He's written a book called The Inescapable Immune Escape Pandemic. So, again, hope he's wrong. There were 4 of the tweets that they posts that they used to suspend me were about antibody-dependent enhancement, and one that actually mentioned Gert van den Bosch in my official complaint for suspension in 2021. So you know he's good. If the government comes after you with legal action and yanks your medical license over a couple of memes, a few posts on antibody-dependent enhancement and GERD, I'm looking forward to asking him some questions. And again, I hope he's wrong, because the stakes are high if he is. And the solution, there are solutions and things we should do that we're not doing. Is the point? I'm still trying to save lives. Okay, I'm a stupid bastard, but I'm still thinking there are lives out there to be saved, and we have an idea if the worst case scenario happens.
Well, one thing everyone's been saying here is that it's a shame, and Kelly's always on about it, is setting up our own medical system, because there's so many you doctors now and so many nurses. It's a shame. I know the law won't allow us, but it'd be great if we
need decentralized medicine, and we need to be empowered in our communities to be our own medics. And a doctor is like our trademark. It's a they've got complete control over the idea of what that is. I think medicine is evolving, and decentralized medicine will leave orthodoxy for dead, literally, because orthodoxy is a leading cause of death now in our society. So, I talked to this guy today at Forest of the Fallen, Ian, and he didn't believe. He believed that he's had 5 shots and he's had a Ozempic, and he thinks modern medicine is wonderful, and he's fit and healthy, and I was so happy for him, all I could explain was, from where I'm sitting and my experience of the shit show, I have no trust in any of these products. And the good thing is that leads us towards decentralized medicine, understanding things about our body and our own potential for healing. And we've got to get our act together. I mean, I had a guy come up to me today at the park, and his mum had pancreatic cancer. She'd had, I think, 4 shots, maybe 5, and she was now stage 4, grade 4 metastatic pancreatic cancer. And I wish I had a better path for him in Australia to say, this is where you get the stuff you need. This is who can help supervise you. And it's I feel ashamed that I don't have those more specific details of how we can look after our people, how we can give them more choice into giving them a chance. I mean, when you're at that stage, orthodox medicine has largely got nothing to offer them, or may have nothing to offer them. So why not try things? Because we're getting report after report after report of people who have been rescued from even metastatic stage 4 cancer, and people might doctor down and say, "Oh, that's," but where I'm seeing a lot of smoke, and the science behind how this could work. And big pharma is not going to, just like with ivermectin and hydroxy, they're never going to do the big trials because they can't make money off it. And that's the first rule of our healthcare at the moment. And we have to change what's driving us. And when we talk about communities and why you guys are together and working together, I think that also applies to the medical communities. It applies to the art community. It applies to, we all have different tasks. And yeah, I like I say, I feel embarrassed that I didn't have anything like just go here or go there or like here are the tablets. That's what I'd like to be able to do. But I did give them advice, and we'll see. We're learning.
Cheers, Paul. So the 21st to 24th November, Mullumbimby Showgrounds. That's the next 8:32 that we know of. It's there.
And then there's one after that down south somewhere.
There's one after that down south. Anybody got anything to say before we call it a night?
Thank
Yourself?
Bill Gates for his donation of $240-something million to some charity trying to throw people off the scent.
I wonder if that was like in his like the change drawer in your car. I wonder if that was like.
I would have been in his sock drawer.
His sock drawer.
Oh, what's this?
What's this? 240 million. This will get me off the thing. So yeah, anyone else? No, that's the thing. It's been great staying here, Bill. We're leaving in tomorrow, but I love coming here. It's been probably about 7 times. 6 or 7 times.
Find your community.
Find and celebrate your community and celebrate being a human being. Start celebrating, because if the way I've been off social media now, like I used to be on Ask Keller, I've been on every 5 minutes. Now I'm not. I'm actually not looking at it as much. And I'm finding my soul is breathing. And you're looking at this beautiful world and you think this world is beautiful. It's a gift to be a human being. The big con is they're making it like everything's going wrong. It's our fault. Maybe we should get rid of you. Well, it's like, fuck you. We're here, and that being a human being is something wonderful. And I think we should start celebrating that by living. And I think that is an effective way to protest, because people will start wanting to come across. Get on Suno, write songs with AI, post them, start breaking through your fear barriers. Do something like, look at Ange. They're here living in a bus. I've got Cal living in a bus with me. She's working on the bus now. It's amazing life we have. Roscoe, he's a hairdresser. I don't know.
My comment.
Don't take this.
Embrace
He's actually a good
uncertainty. Make friends with uncertainty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we don't miss everything we've lost. Our community doesn't regret it. How many people have you met, Michael, on the road and said, I wish I'd taken it?
No.
How many of you met, Paul, who wished they'd taken it?
Who hadn't taken it? No one.
And I've interviewed scores of people. I had one woman who was just so sad that she wondered it. She wondered about taking it. That's one. Everyone else says no. Everyone else is moving ahead.
I wish I hadn't.
Yeah, wish you hadn't. There you go. So
this isn't like the Matrix. This isn't like that guy in the Matrix who goes, plug me back in. I want to be back in the Matrix. Quick, I want a better. No, there's no better life on their path. It's only a question of when do you say no? Where you draw the line. Everyone's going to get there. I promise you, everyone's going to get there. And we all have different spots where we go, no, here's my digital ID. We all have a point where we have to draw the line, and that's okay. That's for all of us. We all have. You're breaking up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go out. I'm going to play now. We're all a bit tired, so I'm going to play our epic songs. This is epic. And what we did say with Michael, and I think Bill as well, is I think every year now we should all take a day off on the day of, which is the 12th of February. And we should just have podcasts about it all day, share our stories. John Stapleton and I think of asking people to send in their stories in literature or put it in books. That should become a part of our folklore. Epic. Our grandkids should say, oh, my grandparents always used to talk about epic. We keep it alive. It was something special. It's the womb of us.
The day Australia stood up.
The modern day Eureka Stockade.
That's right. Modern day Eureka Stockade. Yeah. Okay. Take care. Great to see you, Paul. You're looking good, man. You're looking good. See you guys.
Bye, everyone.
See everybody out there. And this is our tribute epic.
We came down from Darwin with the dust in our veins. We drove across the Nullarbor, driven by change. There were convoys from Melbourne and busloads from Cairns, where we camped at Wodonga and fueled up at Pheasant's Nest. And there were tears of hope singing through our liberated eyes as we scrawled freedom forever across our government's lives. As we scrawled freedom forever across all our government's lives. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that we were still your mates. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that it was not too late. But our country had gone crazy, corrupted by fear. And before us the long path was already flooded with tears. Yet in epic we were dancing, for we knew what we'd done. Together we'd made the birth of all our freedoms. And this new cry for liberty were the smiles in our hugs, as the cops haunted our periphery like tyranny's new thugs. But for one night in Canberra we knew we were aglow, and our luminance was shining like a beacon of hope. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that we were still your mates. And we didn't come to start a war, and we didn't come to hate. Instead we came to remind you that it was not too late. So never forget how, by just being authentic, we drew a deep line in their cold sand, from a showground called epic. So never forget how, by leading the way, we wrote a fresh song of freedom that you can still sing today. So sing like you've never sung before. Sing now like your soul's found its wings. Sing out like an echo through our time, until our grandchildren are born humming our lines. Until our grandchildren are born in the freedom's warm and glorious light. Until our grandchildren are born in the freedom's warm